morning, everyone. So, when I tried to do this with my handheld camera, it didn't really work. So, I decided to do it on my computer this time. So, if the quality is different, this is why. But this isn't the first in my Christmas DIY present series, and it is a very simple square table runner. Me personally, I am doing this as a decoration for my mantelpiece. It is a 15-inch wide by, I think, 63 inches. But it's just a general DIY on how to do this table runner. For me personally, if I hadn't been recording, it probably would have taken about a half an hour altogether. That includes seaming the binding, pressing everything, stitching up everything. So, if this is a project that you're interested in, I would recommend it. It is very quick, very simple. You just need about 1.5 yards of 2 pieces of fabric and some thread to match. Well, and a sewing machine and some time and cutting implements and an iron. You know, the general sewing implements. So, if you are interested in this, I do recommend it. I will have 5 more parts to this series, and I hope you all enjoy. So, first off, you want to start off by measuring the place you want to put the runner you're making. As I said before, I am making this one for my mantelpiece. So I am measuring the length of it, which was like 48, I think. And then you are measuring the depth of it, which mine was 16. So I made mine 15 inches wide, I think. Don't quote me on this because I'm not sure at the moment, but I think. And then when you go to do the depth, you want to make sure that you add the overhang. Forgive the motion sickness. Oh, much better. So, because my piece is not quite long enough, I am seaming down part of it. And this will give me that extra length, and it won't affect the styling because I chose a very busy middle pattern. After I've sewn that part, I baste around the edge so that the 2 pieces don't come apart when I'm doing the binding. And then once that's done, I will start creating my binding. And how I do this is I take 1.5 yards of this plaid and I just cut a corner at a 45-degree angle with a clear ruler, and then once that is cut, I turn the piece so that that edge meets up with the edge of the bottom where it's on my green mat, as you can see. I'm very bad at explaining this, which is why I do videos and review things. And then I want mine 8 inches wide, which with taking in the 1/2-inch seam allowance and then folding it means I'll have about 3.5 inches of this bias edging around my piece. If you want yours a little wider, just keep in mind that you're folding this in half and doing seam allowance. So it may need more, you may need more fabric, you may need less, which is why I put in the description that if you're just starting this, you will probably want 2 yards. As opposed to me doing it 1.5. And then once you've got your strips cut, then you'll want to seam them together. And you will want to match right sides to right sides, which is why I went with a printed fabric, because it is easier to match right sides to right sides. Otherwise you get a twisty, turny very convoluted thing where half your seams match and the other half don't. I have done that before. It is a pain in the patootie. So right sides to right sides, seam it, and then you will press it. Here's mine pressed with the seam allowance down, and then you will want to fold that in half. Press it again so that that line is steady. Then you will pin it to your piece like that, and then you will sew along. You can either do a top stitch, you can slip stitch the other side, but basically once you've got that done, you're done. And here is my match place with it, also cleaned up a little bit. That's fine. But yes. So here is the finished product. I could probably have done a little bit better job of making sure I didn't warp the piece by pulling too much, which is the problem with binding, but I think it turned out rather nice. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.